Do not adjust your digital device. What you are about to see and hear may shock and appall you. Join our hosts as they encounter countless thrills, spills, chills, and hilarity as they explore the very weirdest in pop culture. The following media is so strange, so beyond the scope of what is normal, it will make you ask the question, why does this exist? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Why Does This Exist? And Happy New Year! I'm Chris,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to be talking about a really weird cartoon that you might have forgotten about if you even knew
Pray
that it
you,
existed.
yeah. If you do know it existed, pray you forgot about it because it's pretty bad.
It ain't good. It's really, really terrible. It's Nintendo themed. This is based on a cartoon character, and no, this is based on a Nintendo character, and no, we are not talking about the Mario Brothers, Mario, and the esteemed Luigi Mario. No, we're not talking about that with the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Although if we haven't done it, I think we should do an episode on that because that show was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, that
Even
was
though
a good one.
even though the Zelda portion is kind of cursed, but
Yes.
this show is cursed for other reasons,
Yeah.
similar to Reboot in the animation style, where it's like it just hasn't really aged well. But Reboot was good for its time. This was just never good.
This was bad for its time, and it's
Yes.
really bad now.
Yes. If you haven't figured it out by now, we are talking about the Donkey Kong Country cartoon that, believe it or not, actually showed up it was between 97 and 2000 as late as. I didn't even know. I thought that it was earlier than that, but this cartoon was pretty dreadful and just nothing could save this thing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
But yeah, all the fun stuff that you can do or choose not to do is in the descriptions, and click on whatever you want. Give us the money however you want. Subscribe if you want to. I really don't care. No one pays attention to the bell, whatever those things are. I don't really care. This is Why Does This Exist? This is a podcast about very strange things in pop culture. Now, you are now about to witness the true strength of street knowledge from a ragtag group of rogues. So let's get on with the goddamn show. Take it away. What is the Donkey Kong cartoon
God.
for?
I don't even know where to start with this one.
Did you know what this was before we
I
discussed?
did not. I did not
Okay.
know this was a thing. Before we talked about it, like the most random thing. Like didn't think Donkey Kong Country was like that. I mean, I guess it was popular. It was a good game, but like to warrant its own cartoon series just is a little bizarre. But the animation style, there's so much to unpack with this because it's almost as if the creators had no idea what the medium that they were working in was. It's that bad. And I feel like they don't even know what Donkey Kong Country was. Like they got I think their whole introduction to the video game that they were basing this cartoon off of is that they looked at the box art for the original Donkey Kong Country. I think that's really their only extent of knowledge of Donkey Kong. So apparently this was a French Canadian show, I guess.
I did not even know that it was French Canadian. For some reason I always thought that it was Deke.
Yeah.
But
I think Deke would put out better things than this.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say too. Once we ended up watching Reboot, I thought that this could have been Deke, but then also the animation between Reboot and Donkey Kong Country is night and day, because Reboot, they at least tried to sync it up with the dialogue. This there was no attempt.
No.
It's
It and
just
yeah, the mouths
awful.
the move it's so weird the way the mouths move too, because 'cause they're not moving smooth. It's like it's almost like they're just like you know how, like, Robot Chicken did the mouths? How it was almost like just like a paper, like, cutout that was over the face, and it would, like, you know, they would change it to, like, make it open and close to make it that's how this seems, like, the mouths move like they just open and close. They have
It's kinda
no
like watching Banjo-Kazooie when the characters are just talking and just
yeah, where
sounds
it's
come
like
out of their mouth. It's
yeah,
they would have been better off doing that.
they
This
would have been.
because it's unsettling watch because they don't even have well, in the first season, their mouths it's just a black hole.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't even really render all that well, so sometimes there's just like a random gray space in there, and it just discolors everything. So it's really unsettling. And also it almost seems like there's certain parts of body parts that just move on their own,
Yeah.
like and they move independent of what the rest of the body is doing, so they kind of have this unnatural movement.
Well, it's
So
also
it's
weird because
really
like, the fingers on the hands aren't, like, animated sometimes, so it looks like they're stiff, like, the characters are T-posing almost, and I wanna point out how disturbing it is that Donkey Kong just walks around like a normal ass dude. Like, he doesn't, like, walk on his knuckles like he does in every piece of Donkey Kong Country media from the beginning of time till now. He fucking walks on 2 feet like a dude just walking down the street. It and like, okay, I could see Diddy Kong doing that, even though he also walks on all fours in most things, but there are, like, instances where Diddy Kong walks only on 2 feet. Donkey Kong almost always is at least hunched over or walking on his knuckles, and it's just so bizarre looking.
well,
Um,
it also it also has a musical element for reasons I don't understand. Like there's songs the songs don't really have a rhyme as to how or a reason as to how they show up. They kind of just happen, like just spontaneously in random episodes. And none of the and nothing is really good. I will say the music is actually good. That's the only thing that I found myself enjoying about this
I mean,
cartoon.
I wasn't too impressed with the music. I thought it was very generic sounding. Like, again, they have the the entire rare, like, sound library they could go from. You know, they could have friggin' had Grant Kirkhope, like, do the music for the show.
I
I
mean,
can't imagine he would have charged more than whoever did the music for this did, you know?
probably not. But I mean, for that music being because it was just generic and this the music being the best thing about the show, it's not that doesn't really mean a whole lot because the rest of the show was just done so poorly.
Yeah, and, this is one of those shows that literally there's not one redeeming aspect. I don't think. Like, for example, the voice actors. The voice actors, to me, it seems like they didn't know what they wanted to do with the characters, and they changed the voice of the characters on a scene by scene basis. Uh, per- a good example is Donkey Kong when he first is introduced comes off as like almost like he's like a black guy. Like he's got that kind of voice. Like he's, like a just like that kind of like sound to his voice. But
Well,
then
Funky Kong is just Jamaican out of nowhere,
yeah,
and then
Funky Kong's also Jamaican.
he goes in and out of Jamaica.
And well,
Because
and
some lines
Donkey
are
Kong's voice
delivered with a
goes in
d
and out. Sometimes he sounds like just a black dude, and then sometimes he sounds like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I remember I thought that it was Jaleel White's voice for Donkey Kong for the longest time until I realized that it wasn't him. Like, once I looked it up, I said, "Oh, crap." He had not thankfully, he Jaleel White had nothing to do with this.
It seems that all the voice actors were like French Canadian voice actors, or just Canadian voice actors in general.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I have not heard of any of them, basically.
I thought Cranky Kong's voice was okay, and I
I
thought
didn't like Cranky Kongs at all. I thought he was one of the worst. It
really?
did not sound Well, the first freaking scene, they have Cranky Kong playing the organ and singing very horribly,
Oh no, the singing was terrible.
but I was not a fan, and, uh, also, it's a little off-putting to me that they call K. Rool, They're like, "Oh, it's King K. It's like, "No, it's King K. Rool." Again, it's like the writers have never played or looked at or they have the most basic knowledge of Donkey Kong. Like, they looked at the box art and said, "Okay, we're gonna make a show based on this."
Yeah, I don't it doesn't seem like they really played anything past possibly the first level, maybe a demo at best, but they really didn't spend time with it. Seems like maybe they just jotted some little bullet points and just used those for the whole show, like just 3 bullet points.
Yeah,
It seems like the only thing that they really got right was that K. Rool was the bad guy and Candy Kong was the girlfriend. And then there's other characters that have never appeared in video games, like Bluster Kong,
yeah,
who's just this weird butler that I think is supposed to be a parody of something, but I don't know what that is.
yeah, and I guess he also,
Like,
like
he reminds me of something that I saw as a parody on The Simpsons that's supposed to be a reference to something that I also don't know what it is.
yeah,
You know that guy who on The Simpsons occasionally shows up and goes, "Yes?"
yeah,
He kind of reminded me of that,
yeah,
but
I can
I
see
don't
that.
but I don't know what that even is.
Yeah, it's very strange, and I guess he's also supposed to be like a rival, like a love rival to Donkey Kong, because he also like goes after Candy, but Candy doesn't like him at all. So it's got this like weird like incel vibe to it. Like he's like the stereotypical nice guy that can't freaking that's in the friend zone by Candy Kong. And I guess Donkey Kong is like the chat.
I I guess, I don't know, they have a bunch of random characters that just never showed in the thing,
It's
like
the dynamics.
Eddie the Meat Old Yeti, Kung Fu, who was a martial artist guy, Baby Kong, who doesn't, I don't know who Inka Dinka Doo is. I didn't really watch that episode, but I just know that it's a thing. It's a spiritual temple idol. I It's just very strange, the whole show. I don't know what I don't know what to make heads or tails of it, and I haven't really been able to find a whole lot of information about how or why the show even showed up.
It's also like very strange that it has like the some of the interactions between like Donkey and Candy and stuff are a little like adult, even for like a 90s cartoon where they got away with this stuff. It's like way more
Oh,
obvious.
yeah.
It's like way more out in your face.
Well, I mean, they've got
Um,
Candy Kong just wearing, like, Daisy Dukes,
yeah.
where
Well, and she
for
also
I mean,
looks nothing like how she's supposed to look in
no, she
uh
doesn't.
in the game at all.
I mean, Funky Kong barely does too, he just has
Yeah.
glasses. They're
I and he's also doesn't wear clothing, which is
Yeah.
disturbing because he has clothing the in the game and just is completely naked, and also his hair is like skin toned. It's like light colored, so it looks like he's just like a naked guy. Like his hair is the same color as his like, his like chest. You know how like the Kongs don't have hair on their chest because they're supposed to be like gorillas or whatever.
Well, one thing that I also noticed about Funky Kong's design is that even though he's wearing glasses, they still try to make his eyeballs expressive. So the glasses just shift in size because they didn't make so it's just really unsettling. Just a lot of the animation is just really kind of disturbing in its own way.
Yeah.
I do like K. Rool's singing voice though. It's not because it's good, but because it just makes me chuckle. And I think the internet kind of has made a meme out of a lot of this show.
Well, I mean, it's definitely meme worthy, that's for sure, because it's weird.
It's
Uh,
very strange.
uh, Another weird thing, and harkens back to the creators had no fucking clue what the medium they were working in was. I was watching the first episode of the first season, wherein there's a plot that K. Rool is trying to weaken Donkey Kong by cutting his hair a la Samson and Delilah. And I guess, Donkey Kong is Samson and Candy. Well, he makes like a robot clone of Candy Kong to be the Delilah and cut
It's
Donkey
a
Kong's hair.
fembot.
Yeah. So she like the fembot Candy cuts Donkey Kong's hair, but it just like it's this his head is the same shape. They just make it skin toned. So like you know how Donkey Kong's get that like little like almost like pompadour kind of style haircut?
Uh-huh.
Well, according to the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, that's just the shape of his head. That's not his hair.
What?
Yeah. So he's got like a skin toned pompadour after she cuts his hair.
Oh, jeez.
It's so fucking weird and disturbing. And I'm like, I don't know how. Like, first of all, who watched this? How did it get okayed for 2 seasons? Is beyond me. I mean, I guess it was the late '90s, and no one really gave a shit at that point for children's cartoons because I mean, there was other bad cartoons on at the same time. But this just like, I'm surprised Nintendo okayed this because
I
Nintendo is like so protective of their IPs.
Maybe at the time they just weren't, or maybe because it was a Canadian show, they just figured, all right, nobody's gonna watch this.
Or maybe they just never watched it. They never had any but
I
representative
mean,
from Nintendo go and be like, "Oh, let's see what you have. Let's oh."
that's possible too. I mean, it's also the Nintendo America guy could have just taken a look at it and just been like, just like signed off on it, not paying attention to what it was, and then someone came back with him and said, why do we have a Donkey Kong cartoon? Have you watched it? This is terrible. And he probably just went in the back and just said, don't tell the Japanese.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what happened with this. They also didn't even bother to get the name of the Donkey Kong land right.
Yeah.
They called the island Congo Bongo, which is never a place. It's not a
No.
place in the Donkey Kong world.
No.
His catchphrase is Banana Slamma, which has never been ever uttered by DK in any
Yeah.
video games.
Well, his voice just doesn't match Donkey Kong at all. Like, listen
No.
to like Donkey Kong's voice in like the Donkey Kong 64, like where he's like, "Okay," and he's got like this deep, like like booming voice. Like that's what I picture Donkey Kong sounding like. Not
Honestly, if
fucking
any
this.
I know that they had cast Seth Rogen to be Donkey Kong in the in the Mario movies,
Yeah.
but to me, John Cena, his voice has always been Donkey Kong for me in my head.
I
Even
could
though
see that.
even though it's not canon and it's never been cast that way, I feel like when I think of John Cena, and I guess because his body shape kind of reminds me of that, or at least like classic John Cena,
Yeah.
like peak John Cena, his build because he's so torso heavy, and like I guess the jorts too. He just he looks like and it's his face. He has a Donkey Kong face,
A little bit.
kind of. You
He's
could see it.
yeah, the big
He
chin and like
I've
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, John Cena's voice has always been the voice that I hear when I see Donkey Kong. I'm surprised
Yeah.
he wasn't approached. Maybe
Maybe he
he
was.
was. Maybe he
Yeah,
wasn't. He had a conflict. I don't know.
or maybe Seth Rogen just got like the part, they just liked him better for some reason.
I mean, that's entirely possible.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cena was approached for the movie because,
They got all the other top people too.
well, The Rock wasn't in it, so
Yeah, but The
he'll probably be
Rock's
in the next one.
The Rock is very hit or miss with box office things.
Yeah, that's true. But
He misses more than he hits, I think.
I think
I don't know. He might even
earlier
have
in his movie career, he had more hits. Like, you know, whatever, you can say what you will about the Scorpion King. I think we mentioned it a little bit on the Mummy podcast. Uh, I don't think it was a terrible movie. It wasn't the best of the Mummy franchise, but it wasn't awful. But like then he had like Walking Tall, which was a good one. If I remember correctly. And what was the other one? The Rundown or whatever, where he's like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, the rundown was good. I always
Yeah,
liked that one. I think that was probably to me, that is his best movie, and I like Gridiron Gang a lot too.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else he was in. Well, no, he was in the Get Shorty sequel, which was okay, but they gave him top billing, but he had a very small part. He Then he did well with the Tooth Fairy movie of all things.
Oh,
And then
yeah. I remember that.
he did Moana and he did all the Fast movies, but so and then he's done some duds too, like The Smashing Machine, which,
And
you know,
Doom. The Doom movie was
Doom.
pretty
Oh,
bad.
I forgot the Doom movie exists.
Yeah, that I there's a funny story about the Doom movie is that me and my friends were trying in high school that came out, and we were trying to sneak into the movie theater to see it because we were all on, it was rated R and we were all under 17. And my stupid friend was like, literally, like, we like bought tickets to another movie and we're like standing there in the lobby of the movie theater, like, and he's just like yelling out the plans, like, okay guys, we're gonna go right into the Doom movie, we'll pretend that, and like there was the like security guard walking by as he is talking. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, so that now we're not seeing it. um
I'm sure that security guy was probably like, "Holy crap, people wanna watch this?" I'm surprised he didn't just open the door for you.
yeah, I mean, I eventually, like, we saw it, and like I thought the like first person thing was kind of cool. It was a little gimmicky, that they had like the first person fucking shooter thing. I don't know. It just seems it's so hard to like there, like the crossover between video games and movies just always seems to not do too well. Like whether it's a movie based video game, but I feel there's more hits like that way. Like there's a lot of good movie based video games and there's a lot of bad ones, but there's good ones. But I
The
feel
good
like
ones are more recent, though.
no, because GoldenEye was in the 90s and that was amazing. And like the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers video game was really good. It was like a
It
decent
was.
hack
Oh,
and
I
slash.
thought you were I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the other way around.
Oh no, no, the other way around. Yes, it's only been recently that there's been halfway decent ones, and really, it's only been Mario. Like
Yeah,
what else? The Minecraft one was okay. It wasn't like it was kind of cringy, but it was okay. It was a kids movie. Like so, I'll give it like the benefit of the doubt because it's aimed towards kids.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I always had a soft spot for the first Silent Hill movie.
yeah, I liked some of the Resident Evil movies. I didn't think were terrible they were terrible Resident Evil movies, but not bad zombie movies.
Yeah, the second one was alright,
Yeah,
Nemesis.
I like the third one. The third one was the Extinction one, where
Yeah,
they're like in Las Vegas.
I didn't see that one, but I had a T-shirt for it because
Yeah,
my aunt bought me my aunt bought me the Resident Evil Extinction shirt for my birthday one year because it was, she just bought it at a Hot Topic, and
yeah,
I think I was, like, 14 or something, and she just said, "Oh, here, I got you a shirt at Hot Topic. It's a black T-shirt. You wear black T-shirts." Maybe she thought it was a band or something, I don't know, but I just was like, "Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna watch this, but I like zombie movies. I like Resident Evil, so, oh, thanks." And it was kind of a cool T-shirt.
yeah.
It reminds me that I wanted to play Resident Evil 4 again, and I should probably do that.
Good game.
Yeah. I just finished Jack and Daxter.
Nice.
The first one. We could talk about that at another time, but I always preferred just that one. I could never really get into the other ones because
I
it just kinda got darker, and I really liked the lighthearted nature of the first one.
I never really played any of the Jack and Daxter games.
The first one, I mean, I can really recommend the first one the most. It's
Yeah,
a good, fun, quick platformer. It does what it's supposed to do. And the second one the second one's fine, but it kind of it just changes the dynamic and the gameplay so much from the first one that it just
yeah,
feels like it becomes a whole separate thing and not really in the natural way.
yeah,
Because you suddenly go from just walking around everywhere to this and having a more lighthearted story where to something dark and gritty, and
Yeah.
then it and then you're like you're doing like GTA stuff where you're stealing vehicles and you're driving them around and you're sitting there and you're just going, how could this can't be the same franchise?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I beat the second one. I think I beat the second one. I got like pretty far in it, and I just lost interest. And then when
Mhm.
I tried replaying it the second time around, I just lost interest immediately.
Yeah.
So that's all that I could say. Apparently, Jack 3 is a lot of people's favorites, but I just never got far enough to care enough to play it. So I'm sure we'll get a lot of hate in the comments over this, but whatever. That's my opinion. You know, everybody's got one. Anyway, the DK show, I just I am still super surprised that it ever took off to even have a completed season,
Yeah.
let
Yeah, I
alone
if
40, yeah, I think 40 episodes
maybe, like, Canadians were just
total.
more into it or something because they didn't have I don't know. I can't even say, like, oh, they probably didn't have like, Nintendo cartoons because I'm sure they did have, like, the Mario Brothers Super Show and, Captain N and stuff like that. Like, I can't imagine it wasn't aired in Canada, you know?
Oh, I'm sure that they did. They also had a movie called The Legend of the Crystal Coconut.
Which I can't believe a movie got
That
made of this
shocks me.
freaking that really does shock me also, because how? First of all, how did he even have the audience for 2 seasons, but to have the audience to warrant a movie? Like, that's why and I imagine it's a TV movie. I can't imagine it was released in theaters. If it was, then the whole fucking world is cursed now.
No, it was a they just put it out as a just like a 4 episode cassette that they put it on. So it was pretty
Okay,
much
so it's like
it was
straight
just
to
like straight to
video.
video.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is the episodes are not in chronological order. So
Really?
yeah, there's a flashback in episode 3 that happens in the 4th episode. So you get a flash forward
What
presented
the
as a
fuck?
flashback.
Interesting.
So it just seems like nobody really gave a shit this entire about the for the entire show, which is explains why it's turned out the way that it did.
Well, apparently the animation was also done by motion capture, which whoever motion captured it obviously doesn't know how freaking apes are supposed to walk, gorillas and stuff. Like it's like they just didn't give a shit. It's like, oh, we'll just fucking walk down the road like a Tuesday afternoon. Who cares?
Probably. Well, that explains why the animation style is so bad because there was early mocap and they tried to put these weird PS1 at best graphics, and I don't mean like a good PS1. I mean a low budget PS1. Just
Yeah.
nothing worked about it. So I guess that makes sense why people were I mean, they also animated the butts weird. And
Yeah.
they made sure that they would focus on the butts anytime they were in shot. So you couldn't really look away, but it's almost like there was the mocap person, they put all of this stuff over it, and because they really didn't care, or they didn't have a budget, maybe they had a very small budget, and that also contributed to things, or maybe they had a big budget and just people who didn't know what they were doing or didn't care or whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe this was a Shrek scenario where all the people who they needed to just boot off of who they needed to boot off of other shows got stuck in the DK show. Like, maybe it was the
I guess.
punishment show, or
Maybe.
maybe
But
they gave interns the show. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
what else was there ever a freaking like another animation from this studio that was like more popular? Because I don't I
I don't know. I mean, there were 2 studios. There were 2 different production companies that worked on this.
Nelvana Limited and well, the Huang Guang Animation are the ones that did the mocap.
Okay.
I will say they did slightly improve the animation in season 2. It doesn't look as janky, but it's still pretty bad.
But
Not
that's
as
uh,
bad.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's such a tiny detail that you might not miss you might not really notice it if you're watching it back to back, but if you watch one episode from season 1 and then you take a break and then you watch the season 2 show, then you'll probably notice it. But I mean, like the only thing that I really noticed there, it's a little bit more fluid, but and they get the mouth thing right where they at least have a real inside of their mouths,
Yeah.
but it's not good. Oh,
It
this
looks
is
like
also so they
the
also recast the original Diddy Kong too because he in between season 1 and season 2 it was a kid and he hit puberty, so which probably saved his career in some ways.
who knows? Did he even become like an actual voice actor after like or an actor in
I
general?
don't know. Herv Gruel.
It seems like most of the stuff that this Nelvana Canadian studio put
He's
out,
he still did do some things, but
they didn't put a lot of like well known. They did the Care Bears movie.
he's done a lot of smaller like kids shows. They did the Care Bears movie?
Yeah, they did all three Care Bears movies.
There's 3?
Yeah, there's Care Bears movie, Care Bears movie 2, A New Generation, and the Care Bears Adventure in Wonderland, all which
Holy
were released
crap.
theatrically. They also did Babar the movie, the elephant guy,
Oh, I know that movie. Oh, I always liked Babar.
and Pippi
Those
Longstocking,
oh god.
the animated movie. Uh, Heidi. It seems like they did a lot of like really obscure children's entertainment,
I wonder if they're
like
the
what
ones
the
behind behind the Pinocchio animated cartoon that traumatized me.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it, but they did a lot of like niche children's franchises that like not everybody watched. It was like one of those things where like only a couple of people you knew watched them. Like apparently they did like a uh Little Bear the Little Bear movie, Franklin. They did a couple of the Franklin the Turtle movies.
Huh.
They also did the English dub of Beyblade: A Fierce Battle and Card Captors the movie. So they were kind of a niche studio, and it looks like there wasn't a lot that actually was popular in the United
Oh,
States.
wait, I found the Pinocchio video I was talking about. It's called Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night. It's terrifying. And Don Knotts is in it.
What the fuck?
And James Earl Jones and Ed Asner.
Oh, apparently they also did the Ewoks and Star Wars droids cartoons
Huh.
in the 80s. Let's see, hold on. Let's see. They did the
Yeah.
Beetlejuice cartoon?
Really? The Beetlejuice cartoon
Apparently.
is good.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I got to look at more of the freaking things they did here. Let's see. Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
We reviewed that. That's pretty good.
Well, this is like the children's one, not the actual Tales from the Crypt. It's
No, I
like,
know. We
oh,
watched that. It's good.
yeah. No, but yeah, well I was saying like this is the Tales from the Crypt Keeper cartoon, not the adult Tales from the Crypt.
I know. I'm talking about the cartoon. It's
Oh,
good. We talked about it. I
yeah.
believe we did.
No, we talked about Tales from the Crypt.
No, I know we did, but I think
Well,
we
and we
mentioned the
mentioned
cartoon
We
too.
mentioned Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
Wildcats? I don't know that one.
I vaguely remember that one. I not
They did the Magic School Bus?
really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Uh,
So why are
they
there
did the
so
Ace
many
Ventura cartoon. Well, they did Little Bear. Little Bear was theirs also.
oh crap. So why did this suck?
I don't well, maybe they fucking phoned it in with this one.
They must have. They must have just which season did they do again?
Of what? This is
Oh,
season 1, I think.
oh wow. Yeah, they must have phoned it in. They really must have. Or I don't know.
No, they
Maybe the
did the
pro
whole no, Media Lab Studio LA did season 1. I don't know. They might have been just like the production company.
Ah,
Wick
okay.
Entertainment also. Let's see what Wick Entertainment did. Or they might have been just like the publisher or whatever. Let's see. Wick Entertainment. Uh,
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
this is
not
just like
really a
they own
whole lot of information on this show,
no
which honestly is
Huanguo
probably for the best.
Huanguang Animation. They did a lot of random shit. They probably just like outsourced to this animation studio in China.
Yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. So with the mocap, two performers were required for each character. One did the body movement and the other one used the hand movements to control the face. So
Oh,
that explains why it was so awkward.
they should have fired the face guy.
But it apparently was it made the process a little bit quicker so they could do one episode in 2 weeks and the usual ones was just 6 to 8 weeks. So they tried to it seems like they tried to cut corners and that was probably the worst idea that they could have had.
Huh. Let's see what other Mythic Warriors, Guardians of Legend. I don't remember that one. They did the English dub of Card Captors.
I know the
Like
name, I don't know the show.
it was like a one of those like early animes that were on like kids WB and like Saturday morning anime kind of like with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and shit like that.
Yeah. Apparently they tried to submit season 1 to to the Academy for to get an Emmy nomination, and they were pretty much rejected. They were pretty much rejected immediately,
Well, I mean, I
and
don't
they
yeah.
and according to the comments from the animation studio, they can't really seem to understand why.
I mm,
Which so maybe they thought that this was a great project.
I guess I don't know how. Well, maybe I feel bad now because maybe they did. Maybe like this was like their baby. And they worked really hard on it, and just they weren't just not that good.
I guess so. I mean, one funny thing is when we were talking about the music theme about the music and some of the weird songs. Ailstorm, the pirate metal band, actually covered one of the songs.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, they did Curse of the Crystal Coconut.
Yeah. Oh, really?
That's
That
what
was
that's
based
from.
on this? Oh my!
Yes,
Because I know the song.
yeah, that's what this is based on.
That's hilarious.
In the lead up to the album's release, you actually could get an Ailstorm branded Nintendo 64 with a copy of Donkey Kong 64.
What? I would fucking. I didn't
It's
know
actually a
that.
real it's actually a really sick skin. It has the album art
That's
on the
awesome.
Nintendo 64 and the band logo. It's actually the coolest N64 I've ever seen.
Holy
Damn.
shit, that is cool as fuck.
Yeah. So, not everything bad has come out of this show. There at least was one really bright spot.
I would have fucking ordered the fuck out of that. I didn't know that was even a promotion.
Yeah, you could win the Ailstorm N64. Now I want to see how much that goes for. I'm surprised I didn't know about this.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, I guess that's one good thing to come out of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon is the Ailstorm fucking album art N64.
There's no specific Ailstorm Nintendo 64 per sale, but they vary in price from around 100 to over 400. Some rare special editions can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That doesn't really tell me anything.
Is that AI's
Oh,
answer?
okay. Yeah, they did this
Yeah.
in 2020. So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, it was
no
that
one,
album.
yeah, so I guess nobody yet
Was it
has
No Grave
tried
But
to,
the Sea?
I guess whoever won it has not yet tried to sell this thing. Assuming that somebody won. What if
Oh,
nobody
it wasn't
won?
like you couldn't just buy it? Like it wasn't like I thought it was like you bought it and you could get like it came with the special edition N64.
No, no.
Oh.
It was there was some kind of contest when you pre-ordered it. You'd be entered to win the Ailstorm prize pack.
Oh, the
If you
fucking album
pre-ordered
is The Curse of the Crystal Coconut. The whole
Yeah,
album is that.
Yeah, if you pre-ordered the album, then you'd be able to get that.
Zombies ate my pirate ship. That's funny.
Yeah, it it exists. They did that.
Yeah,
I would like to know who owns it or who won, but
some lucky man.
yes, some very, very lucky human. Alrighty. I'm not really sure if there's much else to really say about this show because
There's really not much else to say.
it's a
It's
pretty
pretty
cursed
bad.
image. It's pretty
It is.
cursed.
It is a cursed show. It is
This
absolutely.
the show is a cursed crystal coconut in itself.
I actually, you know what it actually reminds me of, and I mentioned this to you off the air last week. It reminds me of the fucking Food Fight movie, which I think we were talking about it when we were talking about things to do. We need to. I don't know if you watched the video I sent you about Food Fight, but you need to
Not
watch
yet.
it.
Not yet, but I
Video.
do.
Watch the video, and you will see that basically Food Fight was like similar animation, and but it was like a movie that came out in like 2012,
Oh geez. Yeah, I
and it
gotta
stars Charlie Sheen.
it's on my to watch list. I just haven't yet.
But yeah, so that reminds me of this show reminds me of that because of how bad the animation is
Oh
and how
geez.
like uncanny valley everything looks.
Yeah, I'll have to check out Food Fight. Maybe we could do that. Well, maybe we could do that on the next week's show. I know we're supposed to be doing other things, but well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Stay tuned for next week's show to see what we actually choose to do.
Maybe we'll do nothing. Who knows? There might not even
Yeah,
be a show.
same bat time, same bat channel.
Maybe. Could you imagine if they said that on the 66 Batman cartoon? If they just I mean, that at least leaves you with the cliffhanger because, what if someone actually does kill Batman? But
They wouldn't in the 60s cartoon. It was too fucking campy. Nobody
no,
died.
no, you're right. At the best case scenario, they would just capture him and I, I guess not really know what else to do.
I'm going to put you into an easily escapable situation.
Yeah, I mean, chances are with the way that the villains were written on that show, which we actually should do the 66 Batman at some point. But if with the way that the villains were written, I wouldn't be surprised if they did capture Batman, that they would just wonder where Bruce Wayne is, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't really have a plan after that. Like I feel like they would capture Batman, they would be super happy and thrilled about it. They would capture Robin too, and they would just be over the moon about how they actually succeeded for once. And then they'd have no and then afterwards they would just kind of look at each other and just say, "Now what?" And they're just
It'd
and then the show would just end.
be like that episode of the animated series where they're all talking about the times that I threw a rock at him.
Oh god, what can you do? Well, if we've got nothing else to add, just you can watch all of the episodes on YouTube and I think Tubi and Freevee, which is some other
Yeah.
free thing.
If you're a masochist and you want to put yourself to torture, or if you just want to see how bad it is.
Yeah, I mean, the more you hate yourself, the more this show is a good idea for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me, not for anybody else, but if you're really feeling low, check this thing out. Or if you just want to see something meme and cringeworthy, then go nuts. Try to see if you can handle the Legend of the Crystal Coconut.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been Why Does This Exist? I've been Chris,
And I've been Rob.
and remember, question everything.
Good night, everybody.